Will, your arms were measured longer today than at the combine, and that's obviously been a discussion around you this whole pre-draft process. Can you explain how they were measured longer here today?
Well, there was a lot of people at the combine who had messed up measurements. That's why you don't really see too much about it other than media people, because nobody really bought into it, and quite frankly, nobody really cares. But yeah, I knew my arms were 33 inches. Everybody kind of had on every height, weight, wingspan, arm length. Everybody was kind of deducted at the combine, and that's why I measured in again today, even though I didn't do anything, because I knew that that's not right.
What do you make of that whole discussion around you? And do you feel like it shouldn't matter for your game? Just sort of what do you make of that element of this discourse around you as a prospect?
For 2 years, nobody had any measurements on me, and nobody said anything about my play. So now all of a sudden, an arm length decides if I'm a good player or not. I think it's BS. But any decision makers in the NFL, they don't really care. It's all people who don't coach, and they don't coach for a reason.
Oh, Will, ever since the season ended and you declared for the draft, just what has this whole journey been like for you, getting prepared for these upcoming days in preparation for April?
Yeah, it's been long, but it's exciting. I'm super, thankful and blessed to be in this, position and have this great program, behind me. Obviously, I'm going to miss LSU, but, all the things that it did for me, and I could have never asked for anything more from this place. But I'm just super excited for the next step, and I'm ready for it to happen. I'm sick of waiting.
Well, a bunch of guys have signed some big contracts from LSU recently. What do you think it is about this program that prepares you guys to not only succeed in the NFL, but succeed so much to get those massive deals?
Yeah, I think it's, the players, that the tape does all the talking for everybody that comes here. They recruit the best players in the country year in and year out, and they're going to show up here ready to work. And then it also helps that, you have this world-class facility with everything at your fingertips that you could ever need to put yourself in the best position possible to go be your best version on Saturday nights. And, that's going to translate to Sundays too. So, congratulations to those guys. They deserve it. Probably could have got more, honestly. They do so much. I'm just super excited for them.
Will, what did you see from Deli and Miles today with, what they did? Just what kind of players are teams going to get from them?
Yeah, they did a great job today. Not even just those two. Guys like Josh Williams, Mason Taylor, Greg Penn, all those guys, came out and, did their thing today. And I was just super excited for them. They all worked so hard, and they all deserve everything that's coming their way. And I'm just super excited for them and their families for, this next journey. And, they're going to be exactly where they need to be for sure.
Well, you talked about at the combine that, if you had to play guard compared to tackle, you would do it just as long as you would get on the field. But how determined are you to make sure teams know that you can start and play in the NFL as a tackle?
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to play wherever the coach tells me to. But I've talked to quite a few people, and only 2 teams that I've talked to out of everybody see me as a guard, and that's because they already have tackles. So other than that, everybody knows what position I play, and everybody knows my mindset on that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win and, get on the field as early as possible. But everybody knows that I can play tackle. We're good.
What kind of mark do you hope to have left on LSU and the program and the culture and just Louisiana football, being a Louisiana native yourself?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me was, come in and leave it better than I found it, in the O-line room. That's something that me and Coach Davis talked about through my recruiting process, and I feel like I did a good job of that, trying to show these guys that are in the room right now the right way to go about their business on and off the field, the way to, take care of themselves, the way to approach academics, and really just try to set the best example that I could and build a foundation for Coach Kelly's vision and, his program. And, I'm just, like I said earlier, I'm just super grateful for this place. I dreamed of coming here, dreamed of wearing that purple and gold on Saturday night. And, it's done so much for me and my family. And, I'll never be able to put into words what this place means to me. Yes, sir.
Just curious, I mean, what have you specifically sort of been up to since you started your training? I guess that was in Dallas that you went to, right? Sort of take us over the past few months, what you've been doing to get ready for the draft.
Yes. When I went to Dallas, it was like December 15th. All of that is combine prep, getting ready for that type of stuff. But after the combine, I moved back here. Kind of been transitioning back to football shape, get out of the underwear Olympics mindset, and get back to playing ball. That's what I'm ready for. I'm ready to just get back to all the good stuff. So really just working out, staying in shape, being around my teammates and stuff like that, just helping them get ready for this as any way I can. And that's about it. Naps.